Right, and last but not least, well, maybe least, because here we are in the miscellaneous category, the Warden. Oh, man, the poor Warden. Talk about an identity crisis. What does the Warden do? Well, that's a great question that no one has an answer to. When you think warrior, you think single target, solo player out there just whopping on, big Yatnar by himself, having a great day. Self-reviving, just super damage, using that spells over and over. Ranger's your bow guy, just fast-moving, long-seeing, bow-shooting, rootin'-tootin' cowboy. Guardian is your impenetrable tank that's got tons of health and stunning everyone around him. The Seer is the master of the elements that is healing all of his allies as well as giving them temperature buffs. You got the Berserker that just left clicks. Just left clicks all day. He just keeps doing it over and over and just killing a ton of stuff. The Hunter, the one that's providing everything for the team, out there finding the points of interest, getting those shrines, discovering biomes, and doing her absolute best to harvest everything at night. And the Sentinel that's really good at tanking too, and I just can't get past the fact that it's just the strongest class right now without a doubt by using that shield throw. But normally, hey, it's that Sentinel giving her team a big defensive buff and being real helpful with the stunning of hordes of foes and just allowing them to take down big groups. And then you get to the Warden, which is supposed to be the housekeeper that's really good at building the base, and because their icon's a house, and she's doing great. So let's talk about the good old miscellaneous Warden. Yes, indeed, we have the Warden that has all the miscellaneous skills, stuff that would just go well with any class at all, but doesn't really synergize with any of their other abilities. The overview is it's touted as Pillars of Human Civilization, mastering the art of runes. They travel in and out to supply front lines and navigate its rugged landscapes using their enchanted stone. So here's the thought. They're mastering the art of runes. That's it. That's the only rune they get. They just have one extra slot, which could go on literally any character at all. There's no synergy like, yes, there's a boosted rune effect, runes drop faster. No, it's literally just mastering the art of runes by, I can hold 6, not 5. Okay, well, all right, that's fine. All right, that's kind of rude of you, Pansy, because they're also really good at traveling to supply the front lines. Cool. Travel back and forth with the Waystone. All right, I'm going to supply those front lines, and I can travel back to the town and go restock, and then come back out to the front lines where I was by myself, or maybe with a few friends. And they're already moved on. Hey, we found a shrine. Oh, cool. Well, I guess I'll see you guys back at town. I don't really know what I was doing back in town anyway. Maybe upgrading some armor or something. Cool. Anybody need anything? Because I can't really do anything. This is such an odd ability to start with. Honestly, just if you're gonna do it, just swap it. Put the rune carver here, so you start with the 6th, and then move this Waystone down here. Get rid of rationing because meals are terrible. Gosh, I don't even know where to start with this character. Okay, so let's talk it out. Waystone. Travel back and forth Waystone. This pretty much allows you to explore really easily, and you can travel back to town, and then you can go back to where you were, which allows you to effectively back and forth pretty easily, which is cool. I like that. That's a neat skill. As a starting skill, probably not, and gets outdated pretty quick. Just because the further you go, you really don't need to go back to town too frequently, unless you're the queen of town, where you're base building like nobody's business, and you're really needed for helping out at night because you're the best one to kill hell things in the evening, which turns out you're not. Sorry. So let's see, we have the Waystone boosting rune slot carving area down here that likes to eat. We have the salesman tree up here, and then over here we have, well, just more miscellaneous. Everything feels so miscellaneous here. Retain all materials on death. This is the equivalent of having 4 of our Viking Hoarder runes. So my options are skill point, which I have to spend anyway to go up here, or get 4 runes that do the exact same thing. And I have 2 extra rune slots. Wink. So this is a tough one. This is a tough pill to swallow, especially as a step 1 for Warden. Yikes. Big yikes. Huge rework in my roadmap for Warden. Keeper's Hands. Decrease crafting cost by 15%. Hey, that's pretty cool. And you get even further? That's awesome. Alright. This place is still your home to protect. Makes sense to me. So the Warden's the one that's going to be building everything in town. You come in with build orders. That hunter just brought back a stack of stuff. Now that's 3 weapons for your entire team. That used to be just 1 because they got twice as much brought in because there's a good hunter and you can do stuff for a third or 60-70% of the cost. It's still a good decreased crafting cost. Hey, and this also counts for golden horn weapons, so you only have to spend 3 golden horns instead of 4. Honestly, pretty cool. This sadly is one of 3 skills that make the Warden worth playing. It's the Keeper's Hands, the Stairway to Asgard, and the Rune Carver. That's why you play Warden, because that's the stuff that makes the Warden good. Haggler, buy and sell for less. I don't think I've ever sold an item in any Saga run in the 200 somewhat hours that I've played, other than selling stuff just to spin. In fact, I know for a fact the only time I've ever sold anything is to get souls to spin souls for the achievement. This is kind of terrible. Buying for 25% less is it's not bad if you need to get some of the materials that you need less of. It just kind of double ups on, hey, I'm just going to go buy the remaining 3 Lenorm spikes that need to finish off my bow or whatever. Then cool, yeah, alright, fine. But how about you move that down here so you start with that? Or maybe even, I don't know, it's fine at the end, but I guess it's okay. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. It's half useful and half not. I don't even know if it's worth a skill point, honestly. So, weird. Honestly, if you had that combined with this, like pretty much if you have this and the bridge and the gateway into the Volcanic Spire cost less, then that would be pretty sweet. But it doesn't work that way. It's still full cost, even as a Warden. Sorry. Alright, moving over here, we have Dwarven Maid. Reduce repair costs and durability loss by 50%, which is pretty cool. This was originally, you just always have no durability at all. Like, you just constantly were at full durability, which is really neat. That was a good thing, and obviously it got frustrating because it was just so much better than everything else. So, reduce repair costs and durability loss by 50%. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good to me. I have to back less. Oh, wait, I have to back less with the class that's really good at backing? How does that make sense? I already... why would I... And then I'm also able to craft for cheaper, so... Okay. Sure. Anyway, so yeah, you have to go back to town less to repair less frequently. Just upgrade your weapons. It's more effective, especially considering how you need less of them to upgrade your weapons, and when you do, it fixes it. So it's pretty okay. It's just a good, solid skill to have. Again, I'd probably move it to a starting, because the Waystone's just not a good starting for old Warden over here. I do like the fact that you can pick 4 weapons. No spears, though. Whoa. This Warden's not good with everything. We decided to give him another element instead of giving him spears, because, man, we just can't have that Warden using spears. And might as well give him fire, right? Like, not enough people have fire. Whoops. Not all of these classes already have fire. So yeah, might as well just have another one. Which again is honestly fair because you can use fire with any of these four to have a variety of fire play. Lightning is good for exactly 2 of them. Or sorry, 3 of them. So it's a nice diversity between lightning and fire. And if you do happen to get an early Jarn Saka, then great, you can play with Baldur's Blade. But other than that, like, Stairway to Asgard. Oh my goodness, this is what makes the Warden worth playing, is the fact that you have better access to the lost treasure, the ruins, more than anybody else. Gives you such a huge advantage because you almost have an entirely new mechanic to collecting chests. It's such a neat thing for the Warden to have, is the fact that you can construct your own stairways and ground. Gives you a little more of a thing to do when you're out there exploring because you're not super good at combat. You don't have a bunch of nice combat skills. You don't have a bunch of good harvesting skills. And it's kind of tough to collect souls to just buy what you need whenever you're not super good at combat. The main change that I have on this one is there's so many good things that you could just do an entire Aesir construction build out. Like, just really flesh this concept out. At least give the Warden the ability to make boats for free. Like, that's such a huge jump. If you have a Warden, then great, you can just build boats. You better be real careful with those boats because they're going to be one-way trips. As soon as you get out, they're crashing. Or you got a timer to find an island. Fun play style with the Warden. Right now, I feel like it's, if you have a Warden, cool. I'd love to see, it's like, how do you play without a Warden? Because they're just so useful in so many different realms. Because right now they're not. Honestly, like, cool, I can get to ruins. Great. Cool, I can decrease the crafting cost. No, that's actually helpful. But outside of that, they're not really doing anything special. They're just not super good at anything, any one thing. And they're not well-rounded enough to cover bases. So I could also see a really cool world where, in my roadmap, I definitely have to where you can expand on this to go up or down to get the abilities of building a boat, and then on the other side you can build a archer tower that lasts for a bit, just to help you in combat. So hey, I got an Aesir archer tower, which I feel is pretty cool and would help out doing a unique playstyle. And then hey, increase max stack on potions by 1. Neat! I don't know what to do with that information. I'm not really helping my team out by carrying around potions. I guess I got some spare potions I can chuck to my guys. But I kind of like the quote I made on Seer. I'd almost like to see whenever I drink a potion, all of my allies around me get the same effects. So that way I'm not just spamming Protecting Brew and Healing Brew, but instead all of my potions become AoE. That would be a much cooler and actually be a potion playstyle for sure. So would really like to see, that's on my roadmap for sure, to get that changed out. So, and then hey, you got your embraces, so you can actually do some form of combat. Let's talk about this poor tree down here, which is pretty much, we know what you want, but we're not going to give it to you. You have to go through all over other garbage first, which is just kind of sad for the poor Warden. Rationing, 25% chance to recover meal consume. Why are you making meals? You already have the ability to go up into ruins easier and literally just get high tier potions. Why do you need meals? Why are you fishing? Like, what's your business fishing? That takes so long and it's so random. I just don't understand why you're using meals when there's potions, and potions are just overall better, and you get an extra stack of them too. It's, again, a miscellaneous one. Has nothing to do with the Warden at all. It's just weird. Now, if this applied to potions, again, I can see that being cool. Hey, alright, I didn't use my invincibility soup, or hey, look at that, I got an extra Protecting Brew back. Or cool, that Speed Elixir worked one more time. But nope, they put it just to meals, where they're like, hey, meals is a thing, please make meals. So, my roadmap, this skill does not exist, or it has been altered to be a potion inclusive. The skill just straight up doesn't exist. It's just not good. And if it must still exist, then move it to the end and scoot everything else down. Rejuvenating return. Fill HP and mana when using Waystone. Hey, you know what? That's actually not bad. I like that. Except for the part where refilling mana is terrible because you don't actually have the good old-fashioned heated swap. So as soon as you get back to town, you're probably coming back to do one of two things. Either A, heal, which you just did as soon as you land, or B, you're upgrading your weapons or armor, and if you upgrade your weapons, that mana is gone. So that's whoops, kind of whoops there. I would like to see that apply as well when going the other direction, so you get full HP once again, and your mana gets restocked going back into the field. I need I'm out of the destination. Okay, so I think that actually does apply. I haven't used that skill because it's not worth going down here. So if that does work the way that is, then next to that last comment, that's good. That is a good skill to have, and it is wonderful. So hoorah, hooray, hoorah! That is a fantastic buff to the Waystone. Halves Waystone cooldown time. Yeah, that's awesome. That really fits the I'm going to go out there and explore kind of MO. I really think that the Aesir construction should be over here because the main use of the Aesir constructions, I'm exploring. And this says I'm exploring faster. This says I'm good when I come back from exploring. And this should be down here. Then the Rune Carver should probably be, like, honestly just move rationing over to where Stairway of Asgard is. And have it to where it's like, great, I can synergize with the whole exploration thing. I'm really good at it. So, alright, we have talked through everything that the Warden has. Let's talk about what the Warden should feel like. So in my roadmap, the Warden is much more of a base builder. So if they're going to babysit the village or to stay in village the whole time, there's definitely plenty of directions to go with it. I think that having them be able to repair the gates, since that's not a mechanic that's currently in the game, having them have the special ability to repair gates would be really cool. Having them be able to go to either the farm, the lumber mill, or the quarry and effectively quote-unquote work there and actually do things there and help out on that to increase those times or to gather some of those materials early would be a helpful mechanic so that pretty much never leave the base. Also, whenever that you build towers and gates and upgrade them, right now you get 0 XP from it, which just says, hey, get out of base. If the Warden got XP for it, it would also encourage a village playstyle. It's worth almost playing an entirely different game than everybody else. Also, would really like to see, again, them having the ability to build towers on the field would be fun, but also having the Warden have access to unique anchor points for construction so they can put extra towers or catapults or upgrade them in one way or another to really help with the base defense, pushing further into the whole I am keeper of base kind of deal. With a decreased cost, definitely would be really helpful if they're more useful in the field of, hey, I can build that bridge for cheaper, or hey, I can open up this gateway for cheaper. So you want your Warden to come do it. It gives them more of a purpose, because everyone likes to have a unique purpose, especially as did hold different classes in an RPG like this. Another good use of them is being able to build boats for cheaper. Would be awesome. Or even literally just, obviously they can probably craft boats. I haven't actually tried it to see if they craft it easier, but I know that you can't build the towers or gates for cheaper, which is kind of a bummer. And kind of weird that the miscellaneous class hadn't been locked into the whole I am the base keeper. So it says Pillars of the Human Civilization. So yeah, just welcome to Miscellaneous Town. And yeah, if you want to go out into the field and be a wayfarer, then sure, follow this Waystone tree where you go out there more frequently. And I'm just going to say it. They travel in and out to supply front lines. Give them a skill where they can teleport to their friends using their waystone. Like, that'd be awesome. It'd be such a good skill where it's like, hey, I'm here to help out. Let me jump in and, do some potion effects, heal up my teammates using potion sharing. Shoot, I even have on my roadmap for these guys to have the ability to repair their allies' equipment. To where they can go to an ally and they drop it, they pick it up, and they can use materials from their inventory to repair it and give it back to them so they can do field repairs, or even just an ability that just same thing like the potion sharing, using repair potion on allies, it restores a certain amount of their durability, which would be fantastic during Jotun or the fights of the ancients. It'd be so useful to have a warden. But right now it's just like, hey, we have a warden. Cool. Can you make this bow for me cheaper? Great. See you later. Or, oh, hey, can you build a ramp up? I want to get that rune so that I haven't to actually spend any constructions. So, or cool, I want that 6th rune slot. Neat. Oh, the poor warden. So lots of really good opportunity to play for warden. It feels kind of almost like a blank class that needs to be reworked completely, but so much opportunity for the warden to do many cool things. Lots of applications. So, but as for now, the poor miscellaneous class has a long way to go in many different routes and whatnot. So, you tried, Warden. You tried. I believe in you. Have a party hat. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for Warden. I'm trying to think if I have any other comments. I mean, look, they got archer towers in the background. Or shoot, even having them build like frontline stuff and walls. I don't know. We're getting too far. But unique constructions, abilities to repair, unique anchor points in town, assisting farms to make them go faster, moving the waystone out, getting rid of ration, potion sharing, towers, boats, crafting costs, apply this to all purchasing, make wardens just really, really, really good. Not because I'm a super big warden fan, but just because I feel like right now they don't really do any one thing very well. And there's a lot of stuff they just do okay. So there's not really a good point to run warden other than this little ability right here. So, alright, that's going to wrap it up for warden. Let's move on. Well, there you have it. That's all of the thoughts I can eke out in quite a long video for warden. But hey, warden's in the worst spot and kind of lost in my opinion, but would love to see a lot of things coming to Warden, a lot of stuff that I want to change and adjust in my roadmap. So if you have similar or completely different thoughts on the Warden and its current state here in Season 3, drop me a comment right below. And of course, head on over to Tribes of Midgard Discord server and send me a message there. Would love to hear what you have to say about these potential roadmap concepts that I have for my personal project. Not actually what Norsfell's doing. Beats me. But they're doing a great job. I just want to make that clear again. As much as I rag on it, it's definitely coming from a good place. So, thanks for watching, everybody. More to come here in this series. We are done with classes, so we're going to move into our next section of gameplay mechanics and what needs to be adjusted from there. So, thanks for spectating, and we'll see you in the next one.